KPIX 5's Kenny Choi is on Market and First Street right now. He's been there all evening long. Kenny, what's happening now?
Juliet, you can hear some sirens in the distance right behind me, several blocks down. That's where we were just a couple hours ago. We started off the night at San Francisco City Hall. It was a peaceful gathering there of protesters, but as that crowd moved towards UN Plaza and Union Street right before 9 o'clock, that's when things started to get chaotic and the crowd became somewhat destructive. We noticed and witnessed some people smashing some of the windows at the off 5th store on Market Street right next to Nordstrom and Westfield Mall. And that's when we witnessed some of the windows being smashed and people entering the stores and ransacking that store, coming out of that store with merchandise, clothes, and anything that they could grab. That became chaotic right around 9 o'clock. The police line that had been there and had been maintained right around Market and 5th Street then started moving west on Market Street soon after those stores started to get looted and the people started smashing the windows. That's when police started advancing west on Market Street, and then we noticed the crowd was still fairly peaceful at that point, besides a few looters. And then the police soon declared that the gathering was an unlawful assembly. Soon after that, as the police marched slowly on Market Street, that's when we noticed some objects being thrown at that line of San Francisco police officers. At that point, there were roughly, to my estimation, about 50 to 100 people who had been right in front of that police line. And soon after the police saw some of the bottles and the objects that were thrown at them, that's when one of the police officers with a loudspeaker announced that the gathering was unlawful, and then that's when they started firing pepper balls towards the crowd. At that point, we decided to leave that area on Market Street and head north toward O'Farrell and then back to Market and 5th Street, right where we started off. And at that point, right around 9:20, 9:30 or so, it was very quiet. There was no crowd around us as we went on the air live at that point to give you an update of what was happening. Soon after that, the crowd started heading north on O'Farrell. Now, we also heard from San Francisco Mayor London Breed just a short time ago, issuing a curfew for the city of San Francisco that will last until 5 a.m. And so that was announced. But now, as soon as the crowd went toward O'Farrell, we also tried to follow that crowd to see what was happening. And that's when we noticed our van was smashed. I'm going to walk you over to our live truck right now to kind of show you what happened. But essentially, one of our windows was smashed, and we noticed that the crowd was heading north toward O'Farrell. And that's when we decided to take our van and get out of that situation. The crowd, again, it actually became larger at that point. And so we decided to head west on one of the streets away from that crowd. And it certainly was a lot more chaotic and violent at that point. And I witnessed, as well as our photographer, witnessed several other stores being smashed and destroyed. And so at that point, we got out of that area and made our way towards a safer place right here on Market Street. So that's essentially what we saw tonight in the city of San Francisco and on Union Street. Yeah. Guys, let's send it back to you.
A chaotic night. We should mention, Kenny, that the gentleman behind you was one of our security guards that was directly behind you, in case viewers are wondering. So thankfully you're safe, and to our photographers as well. All right, Kenny Choi, thank you. And as Kenny was talking about, the mayor mentioning a dusk to dawn curfew. Let's listen in to what London Breed had to say moments ago.
When it crosses the line, we have a responsibility to protect our city, and we will do what we need to do just that. Effective immediately, we are working to implement a curfew from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. And we also have been in touch with the governor, And we will have the National Guard on standby to assist us in this situation. To be clear, this is the last thing that I want to do as mayor. I want peace. I want protest, but I don't want the kind of violence and crime we see playing itself across the streets of our city to continue. And we have a responsibility to deal with it, and that's exactly what we will do.